Hey guys, it's Alex. It's been a while, huh? Sorry, I keep saying I'm going to make these more daily, and then I don't. Not great, and I'm trying to fix that, but there's been a lot of other stuff going on, in my life. I'm trying to get through that stuff and trying to continue to focus on weight loss. I've been eating slow carb, which is like low carb, but you add legumes in, like kidney beans and pinto beans and all kind of beans and stuff like that. It's a lot better because, like, to me, I mean, like, because I don't have cravings really anymore. I mean, like, sure, when I see, like, last night I saw Loft House cake bites, excuse me, and they looked awesome, and I wanted them, but I could resist them, you know, instead of before when it was like, oh, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I just, like, ate everything, you know. So, the one problem I have been having is that, like, I don't know if it's, like, a blood sugar drop or what exactly, but, so I start getting, like, a headache and some fog and stuff like that, and I've read about things like keto flu and just low-carb flu and stuff like that, which is basically your body is used to living off of carbs, so then when you try to switch it to a more fat-adapted state, you might get these things and stuff, and also a loss of electrolytes and stuff like that. I'm trying to make sure my electrolytes stay up. I'm making sure I take my multivitamin again every day. I'm taking 500 milligrams, I think it's 500, of magnesium before I go to bed, taking fish oil and stuff just for general health, so I'm trying to fight through that. That said, I read the 4-Hour Body, or portions of the weight loss portions of the 4-Hour Body, and one of the things Tim talks about is, what the heck? My phone got really dark, sorry. One of the things Tim talks about in it is slow carb, obviously, and that's kind of where I got the idea and kind of got an appreciation for how it works and stuff like that. And he recommends cheat days. Like, he actually, I don't want to say insists, but it's strongly recommended, because then it's easier to kill cravings and stuff throughout the week. So if you crave something, you can just write it down and say, all right, well, I'll have it Friday or Saturday or something like that, you know. I'm taking a slightly different approach as of yet. It's hard for me to, like, focus on slow carb really at all on the weekends. So what I've been doing is being very strictly slow carb from, like, Sunday evening to, like, Thursday evening, and then, like, Friday, like today, Friday morning, like, I'm having a few snacks and stuff like that. These are just little fruit snacks, but just a few of them, and this is actually what brings me to this vlog, but so then and I'm still seeing weight loss. I'm sure it's not as good as it would be if I would stay consistent for a longer period of time in between, but I'm still seeing, like, progress, so I'm kind of happy with how this is going so far, because the problem is, you know, we want to go out Friday or something like that, and I'm left going, well, what do I eat, you know, or, like, Saturday we, you know, have things to do and we're out, and it's easier just, like, or like around a restaurant that we're not usually near, like Chick-fil-A or something like that, and then it's hard to resist that, but at the same time, like, I'm still, you know, I'm not, like, binging. I mean, there are times when I'll, like, you know, have 2 Hershey bars, or, you know, have some honey buns, or, like, a couple honey buns or something like that, but, like, it's not like it was before, where, like, the cheat day means that I'm just, like, you know, ravenous and just shoving everything in my face and stuff like that. And the thing about the cheat days, which is interesting, is they actually make me feel sick. So like today, I'm like I said, I'm just kind of snacking on a couple fruit snacks, and they 5 minutes already. Shit. But I'm just munching on a couple fruit snacks, and I'm sure that won't really screw me up or anything like that. But like having pizza or something like that, because my body isn't used to it now. Like, it's not as used to the carbs, so it's not really fun to binge on these things. So it's kind of interesting seeing myself like want the flavor of things, but then like later like be like, oh, why did I do that? I feel so awful now. And but so anyway, so he recommends these cheat days, and I actually I'm not sure how, like, I'm liking the pattern so far, but I'm not really liking the effects, like how it makes me feel at the end of the day and stuff like that. Or the cheat days, I mean. On the cheat days, I'm not liking how it makes me feel, because like on the non-cheat days, I feel great, other than the low blood sugar periods, like the periods where I feel like my head hurts and stuff like that, which I haven't quite figured out yet. I'm considering like a couple raisins or something like that, just something with some sugar in it. Usually, sometimes I'll drink a Red Bull when that happens, because that's the kind of headache that, like, I get headaches, certain headaches occasionally that a Red Bull helps with. So sometimes when I have this low blood sugar keto flu feeling, I'll drink a Red Bull. Or drink a portion of a Red Bull or something like that. And interestingly enough, it increases my heart rate enough that it seems to cancel itself out. Like, I can drink a Red Bull in a day and still lose weight the next day and stuff like that. So it's really interesting in that aspect. So, anyway, now that we're at almost 7 minutes, and I apologize for that lead up, the whole reason I decided to vlog was because I was eating these. I know you can't really see anything right now because of the sun, so that's great. But I was eating these, and I was reaching my finger in, grabbing one, and shoving it in my mouth, and chewing it up and swallowing it really quick. And I realized, like I'm not eating them for breakfast or something like that, where I'm just trying to, like, I mean, any meal really could be focused on, but I'm not really eating them with the intent of like getting the nutrients. I'm eating them because I like the flavor. So this is something I've always done though. So like, why do I inhale things? You know, like, this is something I'd like you to think about too. You know, like, think about, like, why do things just disappear in my mouth? The whole idea that I want is I want the flavor. So like, I should experience it. You know, like, I've seen things about mindful eating and stuff like that, like mindful eating meditations, and clearly I'm driving, so I can't focus too heavily on it, but I can still take the time to appreciate it, you know, smell them a little bit. They don't smell that great, but take just a bite, and then just kind of enjoy the flavor. Like, just let it sit, instead of like hurrying up and chewing it up and swallowing it and then shoving another one in my mouth and then shoving another one in my mouth. Like, why not make it last? Because the whole idea, like I said, is to get the flavor. So I have two things. I could either shove 100 of them in my mouth in like a 10-minute period, or I could stop and take 3 times, 4 times as long and only eat 25 or something like that, or, you know, 25 being still too many. But I mean, the idea, what I'm saying is just that, you know, you just naturally eat less because you're enjoying them and you're sitting there just enjoying them. And I don't understand the inclination. Like, I do it too, so I'm not trying to say like I'm better than anyone. I just mean, like, I don't understand why we do that. Like, I really like this flavor, so why am I trying to make it go away so I can shove another one in my mouth, you know? I don't know. It's just weird. I always had this with juicy fruit, too. It was always something that, like, when I was chewing it, it tasted so good, I wanted to swallow it and put another piece in my mouth. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, maybe you could tell me in the comments why you think people do that. Because, like, it's just weird. Like, why not focus on them? Why not give them the appreciation that you're, you know, that you are saying they're worth, you know? Like, so they smell, like I said, they kind of smell like soap, but that might be my fingers. They probably just don't smell like much. And then you just, you know, why not just, like, let it sit in your mouth a couple minutes and just let let the flavor kind of dissipate and, like, dispense all over your mouth. Like, why are we inhaling food? Like, I'm not starving. I'm not eating these because I'm hungry. I'm eating them because I want the taste. So now, I had one before I started this vlog, and I've eaten 2 more. And in that time frame, I could have eaten 5 or 10 of them, you know? I mean, probably way more than that. But because I'm focusing on enjoying them and not just getting them in my stomach, I don't really feel the need to keep having them. That's one of the most interesting things about this, is like, how about that sun, huh? But that's one of the most interesting things about this. Like, I've done this with jelly beans a couple times, because that's one of my weaknesses, is like those Sweet Tarts jelly beans that you get around Easter and stuff like that. So instead of like eating a handful at a time and just like, you know, whatever, I'll just pour out like 5 of them and just eat them slowly and just kind of like focus on the flavor. And then after that, I'm not compelled to dump more out immediately and just shove them in my face. I spend 10 minutes eating those 5 or whatever, and then I feel satisfied. You know, it's the same thing with this. I just closed the bag, even though they're awesome tasting and I want more of them. Well, I would eat more of them, I mean, and I could. I'm satisfied now. I've had my fix of the flavor and stuff, so I'm good. I don't understand, like, I don't know, why isn't that the natural human tendency? Like I said, I'm not trying to claim that I'm better than anyone, because I clearly have work, and this is something that I've done for a long time, is inhaling them like this. But I was just sitting here and I shoved one in my mouth, the first one I had of the 3 that I've eaten. I shoved the first one in my mouth, and then I sat there and I was like, holy crap, I tasted that for like a split second. Why didn't I focus on that? Like, I'm not eating these because I'm starving. I'm eating these to get the taste. So why did I inhale it, you know? I don't know. Just kind of interesting. So, on other notes, I know it's, 12 minutes in or whatever. On other notes, I'm learning to play the guitar, which is exciting as hell. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I learned my first 2, not learned. I was introduced to my first 2 songs on Wednesday, which I'm excited about as well. Maybe one of these days I'll play something on this channel. I know last time I talked to you guys, I was saying that I probably wasn't going to be focusing on this channel because of another channel I had started. Due to my recent events within the past month or so, I haven't really been able to bring myself to focus on, like, long-form videos like that. Like, this kind of stuff is a lot easier because I just, babble for 15 minutes or something like that. And, talk to you guys, just kind of saying hey and tell you guys about what I'm thinking about and stuff like that. Instead of with the other one, I'm doing a ton of research, and then, like, I usually spend a couple hours recording and stuff, and for like 6 minutes worth of footage or something like that, and so it's been really hard to pull myself to that because of the focus and whatnot it demands. So I do plan on keeping it up. It's just I was trying to do it monthly and July was missed, so I'm hoping August will be the next one, and it's the 5th, I think, so I have plenty of time still, and I hope to get it soon. So keep your eye out for that. And so the weight that I weighed in at this morning, I'm weighing myself daily now, not because I'm some like obsessive or something like that. I just like data. So I bought a scale that does weight, body fat, hydration level, and BMI, which obviously is calculated. And I'm not 100% sure the other ones aren't just like randomized averages or something too. But the weight obviously is, at least accurate enough that I can see a trend. And currently I've lost about 7 pounds. So I was started at 261.2 and I'm at 254 now. So hopefully that trend keeps up, because I would love to be healthy again. I am so sick of feeling like crap. And honestly, I don't see it stopping. I mean, I'm getting a little tired of eating what I've been eating, but, I think once I fight through that a little bit, I'll be good. So, and honestly, like, it's worth it. I went to the doctor the other day because I've had a pain in my stomach for years that, like, is intermittent, like, just randomly something will trigger it or something like that, and she said it's probably diverticulitis, which I think it's called, it's basically, like, eating how I'm eating now is, like, the way to help it out. So eating, like, high fiber diet, low carb, not a bunch of processed crap that, makes your stomach acid go crazy and all your blood sugar jump and stuff like that. So I'm already on the right path, and now I can even use that as, like, a medical motivation, like, before, like, when I lost weight the last time, I was just kind of scared because I had been overweight all my life, and, like, just kind of figured I should get healthy. So this time, like, I have another sort of thing like that. I mean, clearly, same situation, but obviously that hasn't driven me as much this time. So now I have a reason to say, no, I don't eat processed carbs, because it makes my stomach flare up or whatever. So, yay! Well, we're going on almost 17 minutes, and I intended to make this like a 5-minute thing where I talked about mindful eating, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, I think that's about it though. So yeah, my weight is 254, and I just kind of want to record that so that in a couple weeks, hopefully we'll have another. I probably won't weigh in every day, or I mean, I will weigh in every day, but I probably won't tell you guys every day just because, like, the fluctuations, you're gonna have fluctuations, and the fluctuations are what is difficult to keep track of. I use like a trend line, like a weighted average trend line, to kind of show me that I've been on a downward path, even so that it's not as, like, discouraging when all of a sudden my weight shoots back up to like 259 and I'm just like, what happened? So, like, instead, obviously, I detach myself from that number anyway, because the idea is I have the data not so that I could be like, oh, I didn't lose weight, it's so that I can sorry, there's a cop there. But it's so that I can, like, just watch trends and stuff like that. So, like, if suddenly I start, like, oh god, I'm still talking, but we'll talk about trends another day, because I don't want to keep going on and on and on and make this such, like, a 25-minute video again. So we will talk about trends, say, tomorrow. So, thank you guys for watching. You guys are effing amazing, and I will see you tomorrow.